Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Learn by Practical. Today our topic is standalone component. In our previous video, we have created an Angular 17 project using module commonly known as ng module. We will create same project using standalone component. If you want to check that video, I will provide link in the description box. Let us check what we are going to create. This is a sample project which we have created earlier using ng modules. We have header, we have footer, and we have three pages: home, about, and contact us. If we click on about, we see about works. If we click on contact us, we see contact works. If we click on home, we can see home content. We are going to build the same project using standalone component. So let us begin with creating the project. Here you can see we have already created an Angular 17 project which is a standalone component. If I go to my src folder and inside app folder, you will not see any app module.ts over here. And if I go to my app component.ts file, here you will see standalone true. That means this is a standalone component. And if I verify this is Angular 17 project, I will go to package.json and I can verify by seeing this Angular animation Angular compiler, which is 17.1.0. We will open the Angular 17 module project side by side and see what are the differences in the folder structure. Here you can see I have opened both the projects in my Visual Studio Code. This one is the Angular 17 project using module, and this is the recent project Angular 17 as a standalone. So if I compare both this project, if I go inside my app folder and if I go inside this app folder, here you can see we have app module.ts over here in our module folder, but we don't have any app module.ts in our Angular 17 standalone project. And these are the pages: about, contact, home, page not found, sad, we have created in a previous video. I will share the link in the description. Please do check that video also. This was the basic difference between Angular 17 module project and Angular 17 standalone component. Now we will start creating a sample project using standalone component. Before starting the project, let us discuss what is standalone component. If I open my app component.ts, here you can see standalone true. So this signifies that our app component is standalone component. Standalone component was introduced in Angular 14, released in November 2021. Initially, it was introduced as a developer preview. They have become a stable feature in the subsequent Angular release. Now, the default structure for an Angular 17 project is standalone component. So, what is standalone component? Components which are not required to be registered under ng modules. So, here you see our app directory. You will not find any app module.ts. So, standalone component, you need not to register inside app module.ts. What benefits does standalone component provide? It reduces boilerplate code. You don't need to create and manage ng modules for each standalone component. It improves code organization. Code becomes more focused on the component functionality. It helps us to build our code faster and help us in easier testing. So for all this reason, Angular has started providing standalone component. So let's begin with creating a project. Let us create a header and footer. So I will type ng, G for generate, C for component, inside sed folder, header component. Let us wait till it creates a header component. So here you can see our header component is created. If I go inside my set folder and check my header component.ts file, here you will see this component is also marked as standalone component. This means this is a standalone component. The only difference between component inside ng module and standalone component is in ng module you will not find these two statements, standalone true and imports array. Rest are same. But in standalone component you will get extra two key value pair in your JSON object. Similarly, we will create a footer component inside a set folder. Let us create that. I will use the same command and I will type fwter footer. Now it will create a footer component as a standalone component. Here you see our header and footer are ready. We have created a header and footer. Let us create our rest of the pages: home, about and contact us. Right? I will press my up arrow key and it will bring my previous command. I will create home and I can provide hyphen skip hyphen tests. Okay, so basically this command will skip our test file that is generated inside a component. So now you can see there are 3 files created inside a, sorry, the path is wrong. Let me correct this. Back to a project. I will run this command once again and I will remove shed. Now it will create home in our app directory. If I enter, it will create a home component. So if I compare this, it has created only 3 files. And if I compare my footer, it has created like 4 files. It has created a spec.ts file also, but in home component, it has ignored spec.ts. Similarly, I will create my rest of the pages. I have created all my required components: home, about, contact, page not found in the project. And here you can see I have my set folder. Inside set, header and footers are there. And inside app folder, we have about, contact, home, page not found. Let's begin by implementing the HTML inside header component.html. Let us run this project and see what it is displaying in the browser. In order to run, I will serve ng serve -o. This will serve my project and it will open in the browser. Let us wait till it serves our project. Here you can see our project has been served inside localhost 4200. If I go to my browser, you can see this is the default standard template of an Angular project. This is the schematic diagram of what we are going to build using a standalone component. Let us start making changes to a project. This is a header component. So the selector is app header and @component is a decorator which indicates this is a component. Let us change our header component.html. Before changing our header component.html, let us install Bootstrap 5 in our project. So using npm install bootstrap, my bootstrap will be installed in a project. How can I know if bootstrap has been installed successfully or not? I will go to my package.json. Here I will check. You can see bootstrap 5 has been installed successfully. Now again, it is a dependency, not dev dependency. Let us bind the CSS file in angular.json file. I go to my angular.json file. I will go inside my style.scss. I've created this project using scss. So I need to import my bootstrap scss file. So if I go to my node module, inside I will search for bootstrap. Here you can see bootstrap. There is a folder scss and inside I will find my bootstrap.css file, bootstrap.scss file. Let me set the path for my scss. I have implemented bootstrap.css in a angular.json. In order to bootstrap.css to reflect in a project, we need to rerun a project. I will rerun my project using I control C. I will stop and I will again, this time I will not use the flag -o, and I will run my project. Let us wait till the project gets compiled. Here you can see our project has compiled successfully. So bootstrap has been successfully implemented in a project. Now let us make changes in a header component.html. This is my header component.html. Let us paste the code from bootstrap template. So inside a bootstrap, I will scroll up and I will go to the example section, and I will copy this header section. Our header section will be this one. I will copy this header section. I will press Ctrl U. It will show the HTML and I will copy that HTML. So this is the HTML. I will copy this and I will paste inside my header component.html. This is the simple header. Let's see if it is reflected, if bootstrap is reflecting correctly or not. So now in our app component.html, let us import a header component. Here you can see lots of boilerplate codes are there. We will remove each of them and keep what are required. Fast forward, let me clean this code. I have cleaned my app component.html. Now I will import my app header inside my app component.html and see if bootstrap is working or not. I have imported my header component over here. Here you can see I am getting an error. App header is not a known element. So to fix now, I need to import my header component inside app component.ts file, and inside my import statement I need to provide my header component. Not inside our app component.ts file, and I paste. I need to import. I have imported it. Now you will see a error has gone. How this was resolved in the case of ng modules, we used to register a header component inside app module.ts file. By registering the header component inside app module.ts, we ensure that app header component is available throughout the project. Now if I save all and run a project, here you can see a simple header is loaded successfully. Similarly, I will update my footer.html. I will be right back after updating the footer.html. I have copied the content from HTML and pasted in my footer component.html. Now I will import my footer component in a app component.html. If I take this selector and I paste it over here, so again I am getting this error. App footer is not a known element. In order to fix that, we need to import a footer component inside a app component.ts file. I will go and I will copy this name and paste inside this, and I need to quickly import it. Remember the path should be correct. Now if I run this, if I save all and run, I can see my header and footer has reflected successfully. I will update the content of home, about, and contact us. I will be updating my header component.html and I will remove few menu items from my header component.html, as I need only 3 menu items: home, about, and contact us. contact us. If I see in my browser, home, about, and contact us is being reflected. Back to a Visual Studio Code. Now let us modify a home component.html. Let us update HTML for our home component. I have updated my home component.html. I am not showing how I am copying the content from the HTML. I am directly pasting to save our time. So let us save this and try to display our home component. To display our home component.html inside the browser. So we will copy our home component.ts selector and try to paste inside a app component.html. So again I am getting error. So I need to import home component inside my app component.ts file. So I have imported my home component. Let's save. Here you can see our home component is displayed over here. But I need, when I click on about section, about page will be rendered. When I click on contact us page will be displayed. So in order to do that, we will implement lazy loading in a standalone component. Back to our Visual Studio Code. Let us check how can we implement lazy load. One thing I would like to add in my app component.html. Okay, let's wrap all this thing inside a container. Or I can use div dot. Now I will cut this. In order to implement routing, we need this router outlet. So I will cut this router outlet and I will paste over here. So in this section, our home, about, and contact us will be displayed. Let us move to our app routes.ts file. So this will be the file that will handle a routing. In our modular structure, there was app routing.module.ts in which our routing was handled. Let us see how can we implement routing over here. So things are almost same, but few differences are there. I need to create a JSON object over here and I will mention path home and which component needs to be loaded. I will use load component. Let me write the syntax first, then I will explain. As you know, this returns promise, so we need to handle the promise. Home component. Similarly, we will add about. Contact. I have already mentioned the path, and let's run this. So thing to remember, like now you can see three lazy chunks over here: contact component, about component, and home component. By looking into this, we can guarantee that our component is being lazy loaded. Now let's check in our browser if our home component is loaded successfully or not. Right now you can't see any home component is loaded. So let us check why it is. If I go to my app routes, so my home will be like if I don't provide any path, my default layout, my default component to be loaded is home component. Let us run this and see our home component has loaded successfully. Let us update our header with the appropriate link and see our routing is working properly or not. So let us update this HREF. We have router link active attribute that help us in routing. So if slash is provided, it will load home. If I update my router link for this also, it will above, and for this it will display contact. Now let's save and see if it is working correctly or not. Let's inspect our page also and see if there is any error in console. If I click on about, I can't see it is redirecting. As you can see, router link is not working. So in order to fix that, in order to make router link working, we need to import router link from an Angular router. So I will type router link from Angular router, and I need to import this in a imports array. Now if I save all and see if my project is running or not. Here you can see now if my URL is contact, I can see contact is working. If I click on about, you can see about works. Now if I click on home, I can see home reloads. But still there is a problem. Our menu is not active on about and in contact us page. Let us fix that also. To fix that, we have other attributes like router link active and router link active options. You can see right now I'm getting an error. Let us fix that. So in a header component.ts, we need to import router link active. Router link active, and I will add to my import array. Now here you can see our error has gone. Now I will copy all this thing and paste it over here. Let's save all and run this project. Let's see if it is working correctly or not. So here you can see now our active menu is also fixed. I hope you like my video. If you find this helpful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And please also comment how can I improve my content and what are the things I need to improve. Thank you. Thank you very much.